Hey YouTube, West here, checking in back with another box of records to unbox. These are records I've had boxed up in storage for a little over 4 years now, and I'm just getting back to getting them out of the boxes and getting them into my rotation, starting to get them listened to. So if you're new to the channel, if you subscribed in the last 4 or so years, you probably have not seen me show any of these records before, unless you've gone back and watched my old videos from before 4 years ago, before 2015 basically. So yeah, I've just been unboxing these. I've forgotten about a lot of what was in these boxes, so it's kind of fun for me to go through these again, so I re-familiarize myself with stuff I bought. Because back in the early days when I started getting more serious about collecting, back when I started watching YouTube videos here, seeing people show their collections and stuff, and I would just be out shopping in thrift stores and garage sales and stuff. Anytime I would see something that I recognized from people showing here on YouTube, I would just go ahead and pick it up. And you know, it kind of accumulated over time, and at one point around 2015 I boxed it all up because I thought at that time we thought we were going to have to move out of the duck pond house. We ended up staying there another year. You know, they stayed in storage there for a year, and then they were at our last house, the Midtown house, for 3 years there as well. So it's been a while since I've seen a lot of these records. I know what some of the stuff's in here, and some of the stuff I've forgotten about, as I said. So it's fun to go through these. So let's go ahead and get this. This is going to be box number 4, and it is listed at 100 pieces. So let's go ahead and get into it. See what's in this box. Alright, so first things first, or first thing out of the box, we have Barry White's Just Can't Get Enough. Classic record from him. Really nice condition. A lot of times these Barry White records are quite well used, but that one's in nice shape. Harry Belafonte's Self-Titled. Dolly Parton's Great Balls of Fire. Bobby Gentry's Greatest. Hillbilly Jazz, which is actually bluegrass. It's a bluegrass record. You got Vassar Clemens on here, David Bromberg. Copy of Stevie Wonder's In Square Circle. Joan Armatrading, Me, Myself, and I. Or maybe it's just Me, Myself, I. And Joan Armatrading, Self-Titled. Alright, next up we got Sea Wind with Window of a Child. CTI. Keith Jarrett with Shades. Joan Armatrading, Sleight of Hand. Joan Baez, Carry It On, original soundtrack album. This is a Flash record, but I don't know what the title of this one is. Flash records, all you have crazy covers. Donovan, Hear Me Now. Talk Talk, The Party's Over. And Harry Belafonte, Belafonte on Campus. Copy of Elton John's Victim of Love, and that is still sealed. Fleetwood Mac's Then Play On. Mahavishnu Orchestra with John McLaughlin, Inner Worlds. Camel, I Can See Your House From Here. Harry Belafonte, Belafonte Sings the Blues. Thompson Twins Sidekicks. Spirit, The Best of Spirit. Love and Spoonful, The Best of Love and Spoonful. Moody Blues, Seventh Sojourn. Nice clean copy of that. And a copy of Beatles 65. Pretty nice. Yes, the Peter Frampton Comes Alive. Don't see that one much anymore. That one used to be in every thrift store you'd walk in, you would see a copy of this, and you don't see it much anymore. It's kind of funny. Cream's Disraeli Gears. John Lennon's Imagine. Bow Wow Wow's Last of the Mohicans. The Cars' Heartbeat City. Camel's Moon Madness. Gary Burton Quintet with Eberhard Weber, Ring. Copy of Foreigner's Head Games. Argent Encore Live. Bebop Deluxe Futurama. Forgot I had that Bebop Deluxe album. Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Got a couple copies of this one. That's a classic. The Byrds Untitled. Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick. This one does have the all the extra newspaper parts in there. That's nice. Eric Clapton and the Yardbirds. So one of those springboard sort of comps, cheap comps kind of thing. Laura Nyro, New York Tendaberry. Laura Nyro, the first songs. It'll be interesting to get into these Laura Nyros. It was my first foray into Laura Nyro. Didn't go so well. I wasn't really too into it, but maybe hopefully it'll change. Golden Earrings, Moonbeam. This one has Radar Love on it. I know a lot of people hate that song, but whatever. Everything But the Girl, Don't Leave Me Behind, single. Psychedelic Furs, I guess this is self-titled. This Mortal Coil, It'll End in Tears, that's a cool one. Don't know what this is, don't know who this is, but it's on 4AD, so it's probably good. The Wolfgang Press, The Burden of Mules. It came with the Psychedelic Furs and this Mortal Coil, so I'm guessing it's going to be pretty good. Copy of Led Zeppelin's first album, Yellow, 1980 to 85. The new mix in one go, so I'm guessing this is remixed versions of Yellow songs from 80 to 85. Mountains, Flowers of Evil, pretty rough copy of that. Get the Ventures 10th Anniversary album. Love and Rockets, Seventh Dream of Teenage Hearts. Copy of Boston's Don't Look Back. Copy of Revolver here. Pretty rough. Copy of Hard Day's Night. That's on the United Artists label. Badfinger Ass. This is just self-titled Badfinger. And Magic Christian Music by Badfinger. Alright, next up, Mike Oldfield's Hergest Ridge. Jackson Browne's Late for the Sky. Jackson Browne's For Every Man. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Armed Forces. The US version, I think there's a 7-inch in there as well. CCR's Cosmos Factory. Utopia's Oops Wrong Planet. Peter Frampton, Something's Happening. Peter Frampton, self-titled. And Frampton's Camel. Yeah, I got a whole Peter Frampton collection one day. Peter Frampton, Wings of Change, or Wind of Change. Here's a cool one. Family, Fearless. This one's got a cool die-cut cover. Sort of flips out here. Pretty neat one. I got Doors, self-titled. Eric Clapton's 461 Ocean Boulevard. Pat Travers, Putting It Straight. This is always a comedic album cover. Destroyed the office on the back there. Front it's cleaner. Bad Animals from Heart. Tomita's Firebird. Argent in Deep. Uh, 1812 Overture on London Phase 4. Living Color, Time's Up, still sealed. And Dolly Parton's Greatest Hits, that one's sealed as well. And Manfred Mann's Earth Band, self-titled. Tom Rush, The Circle Game. And Scritti Politti, Cupid and Psyche. All right, this next one, In Excess, self-titled. Kansas Audio Visions. Yeah, somehow I ended up with some Barbra Streisand. I don't remember exactly how this happened. I never did it on purpose, but yeah, Barbra Streisand and Barry Gibb, Guilty. Another Laura Nyro. This is Christmas in the Bead of Sweat. Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark, 12-inch single. You don't see too many 12-inch singles from Bruce Springsteen. That was kind of an odd one. Barbra Streisand, What About Today? Barbra Streisand, Wet. Carly Simon, Come Upstairs. Carly Simon, Torch. Barbra Streisand, the Broadway album. This is Maureen McGovern, self-titled. And the complete Tom Paxton 2LP set. Electra. All right, last little stack here, and then we'll get out of here. Next up, Barbra Streisand, People. Go West. Barbra Streisand Christmas album. Copy of Jackson Browne's The Pretender. I really like this album a lot. I have multiple copies of that one. The Babies, self-titled. Here's one people like. Dire Straits, Love Over Gold. 2LP set, The History of British Rock. Pretty cool stuff on here. And then last but not least, History of British Rock Volume 2, another 2LP set of British rock groups. You got, Small Faces and Dave Clark 5 and Peter and Gordon and the Beatles and the Kinks and the Tremolos and Trogs and Badfinger and Bee Gees and Elton John and Arthur Brown and The Who and all kinds of cool groups on here. So that does it for a box number 4. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more of these unboxings if you are curious about what I picked up in the early days of the vinyl community. Have a great day or great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.